prepare my attack in the marathon in London. So it was a few days ago. There was a European Championship Master and also the Open Marathon and Senior in London. It was a cool race. I love this lap, and there was a little pack, not so many skaters in Senior. So we break away in a small group, and at the end of the race I make attack. So to prepare this attack, first I try to check which guy was good in the group with me. So there was one guy called Lopez. It was written on his shoes his name. I was not sure about him, but he had a quite smooth technique, so I had to be careful about him. And also two skaters from Great Britain with a black and blue skin suit. They were able to team work together. So I noticed they were probably the most dangerous guy for me these days. So let's jump a little later in the race. After I mark them, I try to create doubt in the race. So I make believe I was a bit tired actually. So I make like I couldn't follow one of the guy in the uphill. So I choose one of the guy. I went behind him, let him go a little bit in the uphill, and let him take a little gap to see how people react in the race. So the idea behind this was to make this guy a little more tired first, because then he break away, believe he can go alone, so he put more effort, and then I can look who is I need to see who will react and be active. So I make sure that he don't take a too big gap, and I wait to see who is the most active for the win. And apparently it was the guy from Spain who just went. But then from this point I know this is probably the most dangerous guy for me for the victory. So I don't let him a gap, I jump directly in his wheel. And so he can also have a strange feeling, like he was thinking that I was dead and then I can come back again. So he don't really know what to think about me. I let him do the work to come back on the breakaway. And then the situation is like normal again. This I make this in the middle of the race, little bit to test the people. From this point I decide, I calculate up to my shape how many kilometers I could do alone. Then I think I was able to do about 10 kilometers alone that day. So from this I decide when I have to attack later. So to create this situation, I put the Spanish guy just behind me, and then I took a good relay. So I take quite a good relay to make sure that I can give the relay, so it will lead exactly. He will be leading at the moment I put my attack. So when there is little downhill and a big uphill, a good uphill, so I wanted him to be leading in this uphill. So I took the relay till 200 meters before this, give him the relay, and then it would take like 200-300 meters relay to that point. And then I went last to the group, so nobody would see me attack, and then I can organize my speed from this point. So the most important at this moment is like I want to attack with a lot of speed. So I take a little gap behind the group, like 2-3 meters. I use the downhill to create a lot of speed, so I can arrive with a big difference of speed in front of the guy. I also calculate that he's a little bit blocked by some other skater at this moment, so he cannot really react good. And then I just went full speed in the uphill to create the biggest gap possible at this moment. So when there is a big gap just from the attack, it's a big advantage, because the other, they will kind of look at each other and don't really know who will work to come back, and they have to organize themselves, and if they don't do this, it's very hard to come back. So after, I just have to go full speed and try to save as much energy and go fast till the end of the race.